With curved lines and classic styling, the black cabs of London are internationally recognized British icons. Many say the London taxi system is the best in the world, and for many London visitors, a taxi ride is more than just transportation. It's a tourist attraction unto itself. The modern black cab was born in 1948. Today, there are about 20,000 black cabs in the streets of London. Because a taxi can easily be driven 50,000 kilometers each year, the cars need to be robust. To start, operators position steel panels into a press, which uses hydraulics and air pressure to fold them. The press can apply up to 800 tons of force to fold and form each chassis component. Once they get their three-dimensional shape, the supple panels become stiff side rails. Welders then assemble two side rails with a cruciform to create the chassis assembly. They clamp the side rails firmly in place before welding them. The taxi uses a four-cylinder, direct injection turbo diesel engine, which is hoisted in with the gearbox. Then they connect the radiator hoses and pipes to the engine. The axles, wheels, suspension, and exhaust system are now in place. To build the components of the taxi's body, welders assemble sheet metal using a spot welder. The device has two copper electrodes that clamp the sheets together and concentrate electric current into a small spot. Forcing a large current through the spot melts the metal and forms the weld. Now it's time to assemble the taxi's sides and floor. Since the floor is completely flat and the roof is high, passengers with reduced mobility can easily enter and exit the taxi. The body has been covered with an anti-corrosion coat and a grey primer. Before the car gets its final color, a worker inspects it for any surface damage. Infrared lamps warm the body shell to 50 degrees Celsius to make paint application easier. Not all London taxis are black. They spray this one with yellow paint. Later, they will apply a shiny clear coat. Each painted car moves to the polishing room. The bright lights allow the technicians to check for any dirt, runs, dry spray, or other paint defects as they carefully polish the car. A worker bolts the higher sign to the roof. A rubber seal prevents water leaks. They carry the front windshield with rubber suction pads and carefully put it in place. They seal the rubber sides to ensure they are watertight. The body is covered with plastic casing to protect it from damage as it's hoisted down onto the chassis. Although these taxis are large and roomy, their mandatory 8.5-meter curb-to-curb turning circle allows them to easily perform U-turns. A driver tests the car at different speeds, changing gears and testing the ABS brakes. Each taxi also undergoes a water test. They check for leaks through the glass and around the doors. With an access ramp and fold-down seats, it's easy for wheelchairs to board the taxi. The taxi offers enough space for 5 seated passengers. It takes about 2 weeks to build a taxi. Then it's off to navigate the streets of London.